Hello and welcome to Wild Logic. So, we are going to do a tarot reading, but we're going to get started by a reading from the Tao Te Ching by Stephen Mitchell, a little pocket edition here. I love it. Here we have 70. My teachings are easy to understand and easy to put into practice, yet your intellect will never grasp them, and if you try to practice them, you'll fail. My teachings are older than the world. How can you grasp their meaning? If you want to know me, look inside your heart. Wow. That's pretty wild. I'm getting chills. It's making me think of the flow state and how when we're really in this pure presence, this like healed, innocent state, things just move through the world, right? But then we're kind of taught to want something that's not there, to be somewhere that we're not. And that's where the problems come in. But here we have the star, which that was passage 70. This is 17. And then we have the Four of Cups. So ones and sevens and fours. Oh my. And so this is the end of us being worried about what else is happening. In the physical world, we are starting to realize that the mind is what is creating the issues. And it's not that the mind is not good. No, the mind is great. The mind is part of what we need. We don't want to work against the mind, though. We have been working against the mind, and we've been letting it create these false ties around us and these false illusions of what love is. And actually, now I'm remembering that I saw the devil in reverse peeking out from under the bottom of the deck, right? This is the end of obsession. The end of this, the end of obsessing over love, and the blocked feelings that come when our love is blocked. So we are ending all of that, and we are ending these anxious nights of wondering, are we good enough? Are we where we should be? Yes, we are. We are the star. We are always the star and the center of our universe. But part of being the star in the center of our own universe is realizing that we are connected intrinsically to everything around us. We actually don't have to balance and make decisions anymore. We don't have to keep restarting things and fighting things. And the past and past hurts no longer apply. We are getting this energy of how to approach duality in a new way, where it's not a this or that, it's a this and that, it's an infinity, right? We're going to be moving through the world, but it's not going to be based on the mind's yes or no decisions. It's going to be a heart opening. And that's what this Two of Pentacles in reverse represents, and the Lovers in reverse represents, is the end of deciding. So the Lovers can be a choice. It can represent a choice. And I'm noticing how this heart on the earth is in the same position as this individual ball that this person is balancing on, this cat person in this red cap. And it's just trying so hard to make it all come together. We no longer have to do that. We can just rest in the knowing that we are eternal as the universe. And this card was coming out yesterday and it wants to come out again. Bliss is worth creating from. And here we have the Two of the High Priestess and the Six of the Lovers, right? So this is the Lovers upright. As we start to realize that we don't have to worry about truly anything. I had one of those moments where I just got worried whether or not I was recording. Okay. We don't have to worry, because we have this internal bliss, this heart that we can create from, right? So this is this love. This love has been flipped and our bliss is intact. And overthinking can spoil the magic. Wow. Now, if that is not on point, I don't know what is. Thoughts are powerful and important. It's a way of honing our mental system. But when you are thinking in a Nine of Swords anxious way, it is going to keep you stuck. So this was actually in reverse, but we are going to magically unreverse it. So we have a 4, Emperor energy here. The edge of evolution feels messy, and the Emperor doesn't like the mess, right? We don't want that. We think there's something wrong with it. And see where these 4 waves coming together and creating a new sense of movement. We just have to let go and go with the flow of these new currents. When we fight it, we get that 9 of Swords, and we want to accept and receive. Here again, we have a 2 and a 6. That's beautiful. We got 2 4s. We got 2 2s. We got 2 lovers, and we got 3 zeros and some 8s. And, we have a lot of numbers here, but I'm really being drawn to pay attention to these 2s and 4s and zeros that are here, and the 6, which is, the addition of accept and receive, right? So accepting what comes and flows to us, receiving it, even if it's the mess, like understanding that this complex energy that we're calling a mess is just a new evolution of what is coming. Like you can look at the bounty of nature and call it a mess, but it is life. It is the throng of life. But we've decided for some reason that is too much to take in. So now we have the soul on fire, which is 3 and 8, Empress and strength, right? This giving and receiving energy, this understanding of nature, of this like heart wild freedom, this coming and going, this grasping is not grasping. The Empress just accepts and receives, right? So this is really powerful. And when you allow yourself to come into alignment, it is going to set your soul on fire in this whole new way. I was trained in the path of fire with the Four Winds Society, and it's a very fast path, and it felt really intense and messy at times. She just wants to go down here. And so here we can just see that the swords are just shadows. It's all just illusion, right? And so part of evolution is facing our illusion. And as you face and see, like as you set your soul on fire, you're starting to realize that it's all just shadows in a cave. You start to see that things are more clearly as you increase your light. The darkness starts to become less scary. You start to understand what is truly happening, what is truly at play. And you start to become in more harmony with the ways of this planet, this earth, this beautiful life that you have stepped into, because it is beautiful magic to be here. It is a gift. It is a blessing. And the question is how do you work with that blessing? We're going to shift all of these over very slightly. There we go. Do you feel the shift? Right. Alignment is important. So I would teach ceremony, like based on the Four Winds tradition that I learned, this Peruvian despacho, dispatch to service tradition. And people would sometimes come to a ceremony and they just like throw their leaf in, they would throw their blessing in. And I was like, no. Like this is all about intention, about really recognizing the power of intention, of intentionality, of slowing down and focusing. And so we're getting the fate. And so I'm seeing that this is fated. And part of this is accepting help and guidance. And this guidance is this like kind of intense, messy energy coming in from the universe, helping to create a more blissful world for you. And if you overthink it, it will spoil the magic. You can't have control and flow. They're literally the opposites, friends. And your soul is ready for something more. And this is the new influences and wanderlust that is in your coming out for you right now. So really embrace those yearnings, those powerful yearnings within you. You want to engage with these energies. See this like messy, like the waves all coming together, like in the edge of evolution feels messy. And the fish, they come together, they find each other. They're this like double blessing of prosperity. And they're just so beautiful. And here is this, like, it's perfectly aligned. Speaking of alignment with this ship, like as the ship is aligned with the sun, because all of these things work together. The waves, the messiness is because the wind is moving, and the wind moving is what allows your ship to set sail. Trust that it is all within you. Trust that what you need to know will come. And so this is this cause and effect and clarity. By honoring this moment of like, what the mind would call chaos, you start to see like, oh, this is time to go within and to understand the cause and effect and clarity. See what energies bring what. Trying to balance the wrong things brings tension. Believing in shadows are the real thing leads you to address the wrong thing. And this is a sacred knowledge. And this sacred knowledge, this key, is going to help you know what to trust and what not to trust in the world around you. This is key. And this comes from the heart. And the heart, we don't need to judge what we trust and distrust. We don't need to condemn, but we do need to discern what is our path. When our soul is on fire, it does not, you don't want to get involved with a bucket of water, for example. You want to discern and understand how these different energies work. Oh, I love this. Okay, the Earthworm is my favorite card because it talks about earnestness, which is my favorite thing in the whole world in people, where people just earnestly want to grow and learn. And it's so vulnerable and so beautiful. And it has the cosmic egg. This card is, very close to the beginning of this sequence of creatures and energies, but it's what is the seed, the beginnings of where everything goes to wholeness. This earthworm leads to wholeness. And paired with the hawk, there is this level of vision, of being able to see where you want to go. And although birds eat worms, hawks aren't really going after worms. So it's kind of funny, these like higher energies, when you're very vulnerable, you're not prey to the predators. You can actually just do your own thing and propagate and grow in peace because you're not in the middle. You're at the beginning. You realize how vulnerable you are and you just want to grow and participate and be a part of life. Oh, and here we have some fire energy of the elephant, the clearer of obstacles, right? And so this is again, like with the chaos and the clearing, it is this cause and effect. What needs to go? Okay. Oh, I love this. And what popped out was the cosmic egg to bookend these powerful energies. The only energy we don't have here is water, but you're tapping into your heart and you're letting your secrets out. The phoenix is the root chakra. The eagle is high levels of vision. Fox, partnership. Hummingbird, sweetness and learning. Firefly, the spark. But we're going to just take the top card, the cosmic egg, which is creating wholeness in a fragmented world. So this is a very powerful energy. So whatever path you're on here, it's really clicking into place. Your soul is on fire. It is burning and it is growing and it is eager. So I'm going to read the earthworm card to you all. Shy, hesitant, reluctant to share inner vision, right? So you might have some thoughts in your mind, some beliefs, some seeing, some knowings that you're just like, oh, I don't know. How do I tell people about this? This seems so different than what I see other people talking about. Well, there are forums like YouTube. There are places to go where you can share this, or you can just share it in your journal with yourself. You can share it with your cat. They probably won't tell anyone. You could share it with, your or other pets or nature. You can talk to a tree. You can talk to yourself. You can talk to your beloved, even if you don't know who they are. There's ways to share this. The universe is always there and always listening. Okay, so shy, hesitant, reluctant to share inner vision. We have all felt the woes of the earthworm at some point along the way. The earthworm indicates a newbie or a novice working to establish confidence in a new field. Others around you may seem wise and experienced, but it's important to remember that they once felt the earthworm energy too. This card is a reminder not to be intimidated or lose hope. Mastery takes time, and you are on the right track. Besides, rumor has it that beginners' minds often offer the most valuable insights, and that's, overthinking spoils the magic. So I'm an educator, and I tell my students all the time, like, it's not where you are, it's where you're going. Right? Oh my goodness. I have to pause because my coughing. Ooh, and I'm back. I've never had a coughing fit like that. So I think there's really a clearing happening. This energy of being a beginner, being shy, being blocked in the throat chakra. I know what that is like. I see my students struggle with it. I see people I love struggle with this. But it is my absolute favorite, people that are willing to be earnest and grow, but we get shot down in that. So when in balance, earnest, intelligent, valuable. Being a beginner is extremely valuable because the beginner's mindset can reveal things that the expert is no longer aware of and actually fix foundational issues. Never underestimate anyone's perspective, even your own. When out of balance, self-conscious, apprehensive. To bring into balance, speak up, risk embarrassment. It's beautiful. I love the earthworm. And yeah, look how these mirror one another. And we'll get to the cosmic egg in a minute. But let's take a look at the hawk. Watchful, all-seeing, messenger of divinity. The sharp eyes of the hawk watch our every move. This keen-eyed bird has the ability to see every little detail as well as the bigger picture. When this card appears, fate has its eyes on you, and the winds are shifting. It is said that the hawk carries news upon its wings, and it is sent from divinity itself to deliver it. The message should not be taken lightly. Though it may seem small or insignificant, it will eventually redirect your course. When in balance, sees clearly, intuitive. When out of balance, sees too much, suspicious. Right, so this comes to tie into the spy master. Knowing where and when to look. Knowing the difference between that curiosity and earnestness versus fear. because the fear will build a negative shell around you. To bring into balance, perspective shift. Right. And so for myself, I really enjoy a lot of YouTube videos because they give me all these insights that I can integrate into my own. I also really enjoy reading. My favorite author who I've been presenting lately is Johann Hari, but there's so many. I love books, and I'm going to be working on bringing some books in new ways. I have some creative ideas, so stay tuned. Okay. But speaking of, we have the elephant here. Unstoppable, auspicious, and wise. The elephant is arguably the most auspicious figure in the deck. Like Ganesh, the elephant represents immense wisdom as well as good fortune. It is said that the great elephant is the destroyer of obstacles. So if this card appears when you feel stuck, rest assured the path will soon become clear. To add to the mystery, the elephant is also known to create obstacles in order to steer us in the right direction. Trust this gentle, noble creature. It illuminates the way with the light of self-knowledge. When in balance, one-pointed focus, generous, loving. Follow that heart, right? So yeah, you are being supported by the universe in clearing these obstacles so you can live from the place of the heart that the Tao was speaking of. When out of balance, misunderstands fate. And that's when you take in too much information, right? So getting the hawk in balance is really important to support this elephant energy and to bring into balance trust, this faith, right? That we are part of this gorgeous, conscious universe. That if you want to know the Tao, you look into your heart. And that comes by trusting your emotions and intuition. And then we have the cosmic egg. Completion, harmony, the infinite within the finite. The cosmic egg is the final card in this journey of the animal spirit deck, and it represents the unfolding of cosmic consciousness, right? Whew. This state emerges after we tread the path for quite some time, and through self-effort and grace, we experience self-realization. A sense of contentment and oneness spontaneously arise within us, and the veils of our self-limiting beliefs are lifted. When the essence of the cosmic egg has not been activated, we may feel as if we never get there, or that we travel alone, disconnected from others. Even if our encounter with this card is brief, appearing as a momentary glimmer or flash of interconnectedness, its potent energy stays with us. The cosmic egg is a remedy for the fragmentation of modern life. It is through the power of this card that we are reminded of the cosmic contract written at the very beginning. We hold on to life, and life holds on to us. The journey is complete, but it does not end. And what a beautiful journey this is, starting with earnestness to a new perspective, trust, and now this harmony. And this is for whoever this message is for. I'm so glad to know you. Thank you for being here. If you enjoyed this message, hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment. I'm kind of overwhelmed a little bit at this moment, but I will take off. And, until next time, my friends, so much love and light. Bye.